Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are number 41. I'm just jumping ahead there. Um, for sleep, the Auric programming session for sleep. And so, I think sleep is pretty straightforward. It's how we rejuvenate our body, but I would say also there's a lot of things that go on there that we wouldn't think about. Um, For example, if you're not getting deep sleep, that usually means that there might be some allergies going on in the body. There's some dysregulation of the sympathetic nervous system that's causing anxiety or tension in the body. There could be tension in the gut. Um, all of these things would contribute to potentially cardiovascular issues. They would contribute to immune related disorders, things to do with the nervous system, would throw the glands off, and it would impact your muscular system. And so, sleep is a good indicator of how people are doing. Like we look at like pain syndromes, for example. When when pain is acute, it's like, ouch, it hurts. Then over a period of time, there starts to be dysregulation in the body, in the nervous system, where our body starts to go into a kind of fight flight. So it starts to throw imbalances in the body. Then eventually things like uh, bronchial contractions, basically, your breath becomes short, rapid, the bronchioles like tighten up. This will actually begin to aggravate pain. And part of why this happens is due to the dysregulation of the sympathetic part of the nervous system. And then after things like the bronchial constrictions, the increase of the pain sensations is sleep issues start to come in, sleep issues, sleep disorders, even like a phobia that has to do with falling asleep. And so it's also how we process emotions. A lot of how most people process something that's psychological is mostly done through times when they're sleeping. And so you could look at it from the point of view of stress management. You could look at it from processing psychological things. You could look at it cardiovascular health or just overall health. But sleep is a good indicator of what is going on with the person. A lot of times when somebody will present and want healing or a protocol or something for an issue, it's usually not related to sleep, but it's one of the questions that I'll ask is like, tell me about your sleep. How are you sleeping? Like, are you sleeping good? Are you not sleeping good? And so this can be a good gauge for overall health. And who doesn't like a good night's sleep? You know, I joke around here at the office. I was like, remember when you were a little kid and your mom wanted you to take a nap and take a bath and like all that. And, I don't know about you, but I'd pitch a fit. Like, I don't want to take a nap. I don't want to take a bath. Now, if I can get both of those things in the same day, it's such a good day. Oh my God, it's such a good day. You know, especially as we get older, sleep can start to become compromised, be it a health issue, be it stress in everyday life, be it that there's dysregulation in the body. It's one of the indicators of overall health. And so it's good to be treating it, all the time. It doesn't have to be a daily thing, but even when things are good, from time to time, it is good to do little tune ups to keep improving your sleep. Just making sure that you're getting deep sleep, restful sleep, sleep that's restorative, and that you're getting enough sleep, like quantity wise. For some years for myself, like I was probably only getting 5 hours of sleep because I just had such a busy schedule, and I paid a little bit of a price for that. And, it took me a long time to shake it off. And so I hope for you that you get good, long, deep slumbers, right? So, with that, we're going to pull out our sleep support. And remember, after we do this, we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on sleep. So, with your sleep support, you're inhaling, your awareness is on the left side of your body, your whole left side. Left side of your face and neck, your left shoulder, your ribs, your hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. Now, move your awareness to the front side of the body. The front side of the body. Your face and throat, your chest, your abdomen, the pelvis down the fronts of your legs to the tops of your feet. Let's move our awareness to the right side of your body, your right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, your ribs, the right side of your hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. The whole right side of your body. And then your awareness is on the back side of your body. The whole back side, back of your head and neck, your whole back, your hips, down the backs of your legs to your heels. And then pause and be still. Just be still for a moment. So keep in mind, this isn't about just like knocking you out right here, right now, but to improve your body's ability to go into sleep mode, your ability to fall asleep, have deeper sleep, have restful and restorative sleep. So this is best if it's done consistently. So this is the standard approach, which you could do daily. You could also add it to other protocols or to a stack of other Auric programs. But now we're going to go into the advanced approach, which is something you might only do 1 or 2 times a week, just to let your body adjust and your energy body to integrate and assimilate. So again, you're using the same oil. Your awareness is on the left side of the body. Left side of the body. Left side of the face and neck, the left shoulder, the ribs, the hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. And now let's move to the back side, the back of the body, back of the head and neck, down your whole back, your hips, down the backs of your legs to your heels. Your awareness is on the back side of the body. The right side of your body, the whole right side. Right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, or your ribs, your hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And then the front side of the body, the whole front side, your face and throat, your chest, abdomen, front of the pelvis, down the fronts of the legs to the tops of your feet. And then just pause and be still. And just being still. Let's begin inhaling again. Your awareness is on your knees, your whole knee or the back side of the knee. Your whole knee or the back side of the knee. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. Your awareness is on the knees. Move your awareness to the ankles. Your awareness is on the ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And the soles of your feet. Your awareness is on the soles of your feet. And then just pause and let go. Just pause and let go. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to do the 4 quadrants again. Hopefully you're starting to feel your body relax. Sometimes I use this whole process to even just relax the body, like if there's a muscular issue, a back pain, even like arthritic issues, things like that, just to kind of relax the body. How's that feeling to you? I can't tell with all your yawning. Okay, so left side of your body, left side of your face and neck, your left shoulder, left ribs and hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. Now do the front side of your body, the whole front side, your face and throat, your chest, abdomen, front of your pelvis, down the fronts of your legs to the tops of your feet. the right side of your body, the whole right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, right ribs and hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. Your awareness is on the back side of the body. Back of the hips, back of the head, back of your whole back of the hips, back of your legs to your heels, the whole back side. And then just pause. You're just being still. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Relaxing. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the last little piece. Your awareness is on the brain. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the brain. Your spine. Your awareness is on the spine. Awareness is on your spine. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your brain and spine both at the same time. Your brain and soles of your feet, both at the same time. And with your awareness on your brain and soles of your feet. As you inhale, move your awareness up above your ankles. As you exhale, down into the earth. Exhale up, or excuse me, inhale up, exhale down. And then just pause and be still. Notice how you feel, your body, your emotions, your thoughts. Okay, let's go ahead and share experiences, ask questions. You can unmute yourself, type in, and then we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive.
Yeah, go ahead, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph, how'd you do?
Hey, Greg. Oh, this was good. This was good. Will this also address the unfortunate tendency to wake up at like 3 every morning and stay
It
awake for a
it
couple hours?
should. Like, the thing that I would say is, I mean, it should, but there can be all kinds of dysregulation in the body. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would say doing this, even though those issues might arise, if it doesn't completely eradicate it, it definitely sets the groundwork for like doing more effective treatments for certain things.
Right.
So like the idea of that, you could still like do this and then add like a little bit of spikenard,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe a few drops of spikenard. Um,
Internal?
yeah, I would do it internal. You
Mm-hmm.
could put it on your feet and everything, but if I'm like wound up or like for me, it's a lot of times it's travel. When I
Mm-hmm.
get when in the cycles of traveling, like when I get home, I'm just I'm a little wound up from just running from airport to airport and doing all those things and so for the first few days when I'm home, I usually take spikenard for a few days internally just to kind of settle everything. I get back into my normal rhythm. The other thing is you can use St. John's wort. So St. John's wort won't help you fall asleep,
Mm-hmm.
but it can help you stay asleep. like stay asleep for longer, especially if there's those wake ups. But I still go back to, I usually use spikenard first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
other thing, is remember when we did that technique where we did it with mugwort and artemisia, and you kind of inhale with one,
Yes.
exhale with the other. That can actually be quite helpful for that as well.
Okay.
Because one's doing REM, one's doing the non-REM, and it kind of starts like a rhythm happening. And if you do that, you'll get deeper sleep, and the tendency is, you know, eventually to not be waking up in the middle of the night, you know.
Okay. All right.
As long as there's no issue like, you gotta go to the bathroom or something like that, or
Yeah.
that can always be a distraction, or if there's noises outside or but I find when I take spikenard, even if there's noises outside, I don't even hear them.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Good. Is there an angel associated with sleep?
I don't know necessarily about sleep, but I'd say any sort of angel work done like in the evening will take you into that deeper space. Because if you think about like how the angel doesn't really kind of force us to shift or change, but it kind of holds a space that we can kind of align with. And
Right.
if you do that in the evening, a lot of times you'll be able to like kind of let go and go to sleep. Because if you think of the idea of dysregulation of the sympathetic nervous system, is emotionally, mentally, you might not be in fight flight, but there's some part of your body that is. And
Oh
so when
yeah.
you lay
Yeah.
down to go to sleep, it's like your body's just like, ugh, I don't know about that. And so it can't let go to go into that deeper space. And
Mm.
so uh, I think the last time we addressed that with an angel with one of the students was I had her working with Silkadaya.
Okay.
And she says, like, if she can't fall asleep, she just starts working Silkadaya
Mm-hmm.
and boy, knocks her out. For
Okay.
for you,
I've been playing with Parasail a lot.
Parasite is a good one.
I like
You
that.
know,
Like
yeah,
Parasail's turning out to be a good bud.
yeah, isn't it? Yeah. For you, let me see here. Well, let me see here. I think I got one for you. So, for you, I kind of like the angel Malkiel.
Okay.
Malkhiel, and it's in the kit. If you
Okay.
the kit,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I'll just hit you the highlights: Angel of divine protection, guidance and alignment, transformation and change, restorer of order and harmony, and protector of the soul's journey, and mediator between the divine and human realms. I like
Okay.
that for you.
All right. I'll pull that one out, play with it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, you could just, instead of doing like the whole process, you could even just lay in bed, and say the name a few times, put your awareness on your body where you feel tension, just inhale into the body,
Mm-hmm.
where you feel the tension, and then that might just be enough.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to do the formal protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
And go ahead, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
Hello. I
How'd
like
you
that.
do?
I like that one. Well, I started yawning right off the bat and pretty much all the way through, and it makes me bring this question: is the amount of yawning one does in proportion to how much, I'll say, stuff is in the ore that needs to move? Or
Well, most likely it's some sort of dysregulation in the nervous system.
okay, that
You are expelling out like old energy, stagnant energy, but like when you yawn, you're kind of shifting from the sympathetic action activity to parasympathetic. So
Mhm.
yawning is actually quite good for vagal tone, and so whenever you start to have like a lot of yawns, your body's shifting somewhere. There's some part of your one of the systems in your body is going through some sort of shift. Yeah.
It was nonstop. So
Yeah.
probably I
You,
should do
you
this
you and
again.
Samantha. Samantha was,
Oh, I
you
started way ahead of her. I
yeah, I was
started
gonna
in the
say
first
you
interlude.
might have her beat a little bit, but she was trying to chase you down.
We were comparing notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this particular one I should do again, or is it
Yeah, I would
anything that
say,
will shift the
especially if
nervous
you're
system?
getting a lot of yawns out of it, I would do it, and we're going to do a deep dive, a deeper dive with it. But even if you just did the Auric program, it should help you start sleeping much deeper. But it's also shifting your body into, better vagal tone and calming down some of the dysregulation in the different areas of your body. I would say for you, it probably will also help your meditation. Whenever I do work with vagal tone, or I don't know about everybody, but for me, the more I work dysregulation, my meditations get way better. Yeah, way better.
And a particular aspect of meditation? Like,
Especially like oneness, because if you think about, you're dealing with the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic. So you're dealing with intellect and intuition.
mhm,
But the sympathetic part of the nervous system also has to do with the external world, and the parasympathetic part of the nervous system has to do with the internal world. So
mhm,
the more that you keep calming down the dysregulation, and the more you keep improving the vagal tone, what you're doing is, for one, you're bringing a state of balance and stillness to the body, but you're cultivating a kind of oneness within the body. And so then if you're doing, any sort of sustained awareness, a mindful meditation, meditation on the soul or the blue pearl, even circulation type meditations that are, circulating on the outside of the body or going up and down the central channel,
mhm.
whatever version of that you're doing, all of that would get enhanced the more that the nervous system is balanced. And so, the thing, like if you look at the blue pearl, for example, meditation on the soul or achieving oneness, you go through, you have this experience, and then you let go of the meditation, and it's really kind of hard to hold on to. Maybe you hold on to it for a day or something, but then it kind of floats away. And part of the issue is there's still like an imbalance in the nervous system. And so if you're able to bring that balance in the nervous system when you do the meditation, you go deeper, you have a better level of expansion, because the expansion is in the body. It's not expanding out of the body. You're expanding in the body. So again, tied to the nervous system.
Mhm.
So you're able to go deeper, but then when you're done with the meditation, you're able to hold on to it for much, much longer. And I would say working the dysregulation and vagal tone, it's almost like you start going into a oneness practice or some sort of blue pearl practice without even sitting to do the meditation. Just by balancing out the nervous system, your energy body starts going there without even sitting down to do a formal practice. So, I mean, I would say it could impact any type of meditation, but especially I find sustained awareness and oneness practices.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a really deep, deep meditation Sunday, and I now wondering if that, as a result of that, led to some kind of dysregulation.
It can, because like this is like it's kind of a predicament when we do these meditations, in different practices and different traditions, because if you again look at it from this point of view of the nervous system, as you start to have expansion, there's part of the body that, because of the expansion, kind of goes into a little bit of a protection mode, because you can only expand so much before the body is like, ugh, careful, you know. And so, I used to bring this up with Master Choa, like, you have a deep meditation and then your body kind of goes into a little bit of a fight flight afterwards. And, then you kind of need to do healing or do something to calm down the stress response. And, you wouldn't think of meditation doing that, but a lot of times when people are doing meditation, like everyday meditation, or, people have very, simple practices, or they're doing something on an app, what they're really doing is they're just relaxing. So that doesn't really have quite the same impact. But when you're really doing a practice where you're having like a deep level of expansion, a stress response is always built into that, because anytime you go to the extreme of something, eventually it produces the opposite result. So you have this deep level of peace at some point, because we're in a body, your body then has a level or degree of a stress response. So the idea is like you have this deep expansion, and then right after that is to go and start treating like the dysregulation that can potentially come from that. And you'll eventually go deeper because of that, or you'll hold on to what happened, but for a while you just keep kind of flip-flopping.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I had to crawl out of my cave this morning early and go into the city. And at some point I realized I was holding this tension like I was on guard.
Yeah.
And at some point I said, get out of your fear and move into your
Right.
heart.
Right.
And it was able to relax it, but I hadn't put it together so much with it being the
Right.
nervous system got pushed. So thank you.
Yeah. You can only expand so much before the body feels like vulnerable, you could say. And it's kind of even the idea of like doing protection practices is to just keep helping the nervous system feel that like everything's okay. And the more that you do those deeper, more intense meditations, the more there's potential for that. I mean, there's a reason why they do that stuff a lot of times in an ashram or on a mountaintop or whatever, is because they don't have to go to Costco and they don't have to go to the gas station. And, I remember one time doing a really deep, you know, like a version kind of Lama yoga. And then I had to go to Costco, I was like, I'm gonna get a meditation in before I go do it. And I got about 15 minutes into it and I just walked away from my cart and I was like, I can't do this. I just can't do it. And I was just so like overstimulated and uncomfortable. And, it wasn't until I started doing a much deeper dive in stuff with the nervous system was I able to like pull that off, where I could have a very deep meditation and then go, well, I could still go to the airport right now, or I could still go to Costco, or I could still, and because of like I calm the nervous system down after the fact.
Yeah, vulnerable is the perfect description. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for this.
You're so welcome.
And back to, let me just make sure no one else's hand is raised real quick. Back to what you were saying to Ralph about that angel. Someone's asking, could Greg tone Machiel's?
Sure. Okay, so we'll tone Machiel. Just keep your eyes closed. I'll do it kind of short and then I'll do a longer version. So it means God is my king. Mal ki el mal ki el mal ki el mal ki el What is that? Mhm.
And that is a perfect kind of complement to next week's ARC program is soul guidance. And when you were giving that description, I was like, oh, that is going to be perfect complement
Oh, yeah.
to next week.
Yeah.
So next week is soul guidance and the oil is cataract.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, and if you guys looked at that email we send with every ARC program, you'll see the next 4 are like all super juicy. And so we had Buddha mind after that, Shibumi after that, transmutation after that. So we have like a really like, oh, these next ones coming up are going to be just so yummy. So, so glad you guys are joining us for that. That will complete the Auric programming part of the night, and we'll go into our deeper dive.
And I think some of you got the email or the newsletter